life just really handed us like a really big bag of lemons. And it threw us for a curve, put a damper in our plans, and kind of is holding us up some. Good morning. What a beautiful day it is outside. It is absolutely gorgeous. So we've caught you guys up. We're now in, let's see, this is the beginning of September. So we've caught you guys up on all the things we've done this far. And there was kind of a break in the videos that I took because life just really handed us like a really big bag of lemons. And it threw us for a curve, put a damper in our plans, and kind of is holding us up, but that's okay. We still have the same goal in mind. We still want to full-time RV. We're still not sure what that's going to look like for us, but it's going to happen. It's our dream. It's been our dream for a very long time. Mark and I came together and agreed on that and decided that that's definitely what we want to do. And life is short, and life is really teaching us that. So I'm going to take you guys back to July, maybe around June. Even before that, it was probably like May. I had noticed that when we went hiking and when we just went for simple walks like I'm doing now on our road, that I just couldn't breathe. Like it just seems like ever since I had COVID, like my lungs just never healed. So we went and we had a lot of testing and x-rays, a lot of talks with my doctor. And we found out that due to COVID, I have the enlarged heart that is not healing. I have a valve that's not, that is torn, and permanent damage to my lungs. So although breathing is never going to be easy for me, we're doing things to help that. But little did we know that was not going to be the most devastating news of the year. We thought, when they told me that, I was like, one thing that our favorite thing to do is to go hiking, walks in nature. And that's something that we were really excited to do, going, RVing full time or whatever that looked for us, RV, van, whatever it was going to be, that we couldn't wait to get out in nature, get up in the mountains in the high elevation, hide away in those hot summer days and a nice cool mountain breeze. And then, we're like, what's that going to look like for us now that my breathing is so difficult? And, it kind of spun me into like a week of depression. I was just like, I thought it just felt like life was ruined for me. But talking to my doctor and talking to respiratory therapists and stuff like that life is not over for me. It's going to look different, but it's not over. And I have to enjoy the time I have. There's things I can do that will help keep my lungs strengthened. And some of them I had already done. So I was already kind of ahead of the game. So we were like, life is good. And then comes along, I think I had spoken in a previous video. I spoke in a previous video that part of our things we wanted to do are to get to the journey, or to accomplish our goal, the journey to accomplish our goal, I'm sorry, that we would get our health in order. And thankfully we thought about that because, you know, it really forced me to go to the doctor. And it's a long story, but I hadn't been to the doctor in about 3 years. And we was kind of in a funk. And this deciding to go RVing full time really just lit a fire in us and got us excited about life again. And we felt like, you know, my breathing was a little setback, but we were okay. We were moving forward. One of the things that we needed to do was Mark was just kept having problems with his teeth, and like he kept having to have teeth pulled. And we were like, what in the world is going on? So he went to the dentist, and he had a knot that came up on his neck. And the dentist was like, geez, you've got so much infection in this tooth that it's got down in your neck. And we're going to put you on some really strong antibiotics. And then, you know, we need to get that tooth out of there. So this went on for about a month. It was just like, what in the world? And the knot was getting a little bigger in his neck. And the dentist said, I need you to go to the ER, and they're probably just going to have to drain that. It's probably abscess. It's formed a pocket, and you're going to have that removed. And they can handle that in the ER. So we're just going to send you to the local hospital here, and you'll just have that drained. And this was July 16th. So I take Mark to the ER. He was like, geez, I don't want to do this. And I was like, come on, you know, I don't know if anyone else's partner is like that, but he just doesn't want to have anything done, don't want to deal with doctors, scared to death of the dentist. But I was like, no, you know, you're going to go. Let's just get this taken care of. It's one thing. Let's not get down the road and, you know, you're like, man, you know, we're somewhere where we don't even know where we're at, and now we have to find a doctor that will drain this. And so he went. I got him to go. And thank God we did. As soon as we got there, they did some blood work and all of that. Typical stuff that they do there in the ER. Took x-rays. And while we were waiting for the x-ray results to come back, the doctor came in and was like, we have a problem. Your sugar count, your glucose count is 680. And she was like, this is way too high. I don't know how you're not in a diabetic coma. We're going to send you to a bigger hospital where they're more able to take care of this and get it under control. And we were like, okay. So they sent us to Miami Valley Hospital in Dayton. But before that, she said, we're not going to be able to drain that knot. She said, I don't want to scare you guys, but it's definitely not a pocket of infection. And it kind of looks like and there's a mass there. So they'll take a better look at that at Miami Valley. So we were pretty scared. We got sent to Miami Valley Hospital in Dayton, Ohio. They got his diabetes under control. It took about 3 days. So now Mark is on 2 insulin shots. He takes one 3 times a day, and then he takes another one at bedtime. And that in itself was a lot. We had to change everything up. What we ate, what he drank. And, you know, that was a whole lifestyle change. And we're still figuring that out. So then we, not that wasn't a big concern, but the other one was like, what is this knot in his neck? Is it something that he can just have an operation and have it removed? Or is it, this is something a little bit more serious? To biopsies, we had a ton of follow-up appointments, and it was confirmed that Mark has squamous cell carcinoma. It's cancer in his neck. And now we have to go, or Mark has to go through chemo and radiation for 7 weeks. And that's where we're at now. So there's several appointments. He had to have a tonsil removed. And we found out that it came from HPV as a child. The doctor said he must have got HPV. This has been growing in him for a long time. And we just found out recently that it has spread. And so they consider it a stage 4 cancer. But the oncologist told us, don't let that scare you. That they have state-of-the-art equipment. We have found the best oncologist we could find in the United States, and especially in this area. And he feels confident that we can beat this. So we feel confident that we can beat this. And I say we because we're going to do this together. He's the one that has to have the treatments, but I'll never leave his side. And I'll be there to encourage him and care for him on the bad days. So where does that leave us now? Where does that leave us RVing? We're still going to do this. We had a launch date. Originally, it was February 23rd, but we realized pretty quickly that we were going to have to wait until probably around June. We promised our grandson that we wouldn't leave till after his birthday, and we'd like to do like a big kickoff on June 7th. We would like to do that as like we all go on a family vacation and say not our final goodbyes, but we'll see you later. Like, we're not all going to be living in the same place. And kick that off like that. So we promised our grandson that we wouldn't leave until June. This could possibly still happen. We don't know. That it's just less than a year away, but his oncologist said that with his treatment, by the time his treatment is over, the healing time, that it would be very possible for us to do that. So we're not going to make any promises. Nothing's promised, as we know and have been confirmed here lately. So we're still going to hold on to that launch date. I don't know if it'll happen then, but it makes us feel good. It gives us a dream and something to focus on. And it gives Mark a reason to get better. He has lots of reasons to get better, but you know what it is? Having just that one big focus. So that's where we're at now. And we thought, what are we going to do with this YouTube channel? Like, we set this up because we were like, we're going to let people follow us along the journey. And then I thought, well, this is the journey. We said in one video that, we're going to bring you guys along for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, here you go. Here's the bad and the ugly. Not everything's going to be good all the time. I think sometimes, I know for myself, I watch all these YouTubers and I'm like, oh man, they're living the dream. And we're going to live the dream too. We're going to be just like them. But we're going to RV our way and it's going to be awesome. Well, you know what? It's still going to be awesome. This is just a little bump in the road. And, well, not really little. It's kind of big, kind of huge. But it is. It's a bump in our road. It's part of our journey. And, it's, what would you do if this happened to you? The bumps don't have to be so large, but what if there was like a change in your job and it changed up your savings plan, or, God forbid, like someone got COVID or something, like, what do you do when these bad things happen? And what we're going to do is that we're going to keep pushing through. We're still going to do this. This is our dream and we're not letting it go. And although this part is going to be up there with the worst things that we've ever gone through, and we're scared to death, but we're going to do it. We're going to make this happen. My husband's going to be okay. Our family's going to be okay. And our dream is going to happen. Thank God that we didn't ignore these problems. It was all part of our plan of preparing to be full-time RVers, was to get our health in order. And this is exactly what we're doing. So Mark has had to have multiple procedures, and he already had one tonsil removed. And then we went back to the oncologist and found out the cancer had spread to the other side of his neck. So, now he has to have all of his teeth removed, and he has to have some cancer removed off his jaw before we can start the chemo and radiation. So that's where we're at today. And it has been financially draining for us. And we've had fundraisers. We had a yard sale, and the same yard sale we were planning on having anyways, but we had the whole community came together. Even the Amish community that we live in came together and donated items for us to sell. It was unbelievable, the turnout. We had like a 50-50 raffle. Our grandson Clayton sold lemonade. It was so cute. And he made $29 for his pawpaw. And it was so cute. He was so excited. And so yeah, everybody came together. We sold t-shirts to help raise funds, just because it totally took our savings to zero immediately. It was just like the doctor bills, the gas to get back and forth to appointments. Mark's job through his insurance offers a short-term disability, but it's only like 60% of his income, and it's not based on all the overtime he worked, and it's just based on a regular 40-hour week, which he never worked, which you guys probably know if you've watched any of our other videos. It was always like, Mark's not here, he's at work. So here we are. We're doing it. Things have calmed down for us. We have figured it out financially. And it's going to take us a bit to save again, but it's okay. Whatever it takes to save my husband's life, I'll do. And so today, yesterday just kind of got us down. We found out we had to pay for his dental surgery and jaw surgery in full before this dental surgeon will even touch him. And it's quite pricey. So, we just kind of got down yesterday. I better turn around. We just kind of got down and depressed yesterday. And so today, I'm drinking my protein shake because I need some energy. I'm a little tired. So we are going to go on a hike, and we're going to take you guys with us. I walked off from the house too far doing that video. So let's just drink our breakfast. We live in such a beautiful area. Look at all these soybeans. Soybeans as far as the eye can see. This is our ocean of soybeans. So we have I found a trail on All Trails. So I love that app. So we are going to go take this hike. And I think Bree and the baby's going to go with us. Clayton is at school, just went to school. And I need to get Mark out of the house. He's been sleeping a lot. I mean, as you can imagine, it's hard to fight off depression with this. But we've been laying around long enough. And it's time to get up. And we're just exhausted too. There's appointments. So like every week, we average about 3 appointments. So we have a lot to do today. We have some work we want to get done on the van. We have some cleanup still from the benefit yard sale we had. All of a sudden, it's just been rain. Like the day of the yard sale, as soon as the yard sale ended, it ended at 5, and at 5:15 we had torrential downpours. We was able to save some stuff not so much. So we kind of have a flatbed trailer full of stuff that we need to hook up to the van and get rid of that stuff. We just got rid of all the clothes. We donated all the clothes that were left over. And I have some house cleaning to do, some laundry to finish up. I need to get my garage back in order. That was something on my to-do list too, to get that garage cleaned out, because we would like to turn that into like an efficiency apartment. So when Mark and I are RVing and we come back, we have a place to stay and we don't have to disrupt Bria's household. So that's something on the to-do list too. But for today, we just need to get it cleaned up and in working order and get this going. So it looks like Bria's getting the baby in the car seat. So I think they're ready to go. And so am I. I'm ready to get out in nature. We haven't been on a hike in so long. So I'm definitely ready to go for a good walk. So we will take you along and I'll see you on the trail.